Hi Smarties! Welcome to Perfect Prep. Are you worried about the ACT math prep? It can be intimidating. I'm here to help and to share the strategy for success. I'm going to list 7 useful tips that will help you boost your ACT score whether you love maths or not. Let's start. To successfully pass the ACT math test, you need to familiarize yourself with the test format and structure, so you won't be surprised by the actual test. The ACT math section follows the 45-minute English section. There are a total of 60 questions with 60 minutes to complete them. As the test progresses, the questions get more complicated. For example, the first question might only require one step to answer, while question number 60 may require several steps using algebra or geometry. All questions are worth the same point value, no matter the difficulty. So I suggest you start with easy ones before working your way through the harder ones. Also, it will be useful to know the list of ACT math topics. Here it is. As a general rule, though, questions from 1 to 30 involve algebra, and the questions from 31 to 60 involve more geometry and trigonometry. My next tip for you is using the 20-20-20 method. As you already know, the math section consists of 60 questions, progressing from easy to the most difficult ones. Divide your time wisely. It will be better to save time by answering easy questions fast to give yourself more time for complex questions. This method suggests the following timing: 20 minutes for the first 30 questions, 20 minutes for the next 20 questions, and 20 minutes for the last 10. Although you may be used to a 1 minute 1 question method, it doesn't always work as questions differ in their level of difficulty. Try to save time on the easier questions. Will you agree that it's tempting to rely on your calculator? However, it's more important to try using your calculator only when you absolutely need it, especially when studying. When you can solve a problem without a calculator, do that. Save it for big calculations or graphing. If not used wisely, a calculator can waste your time. For example, if you reach for the calculator at the start of a question, you risk making 2 common mistakes. The first one can be pressing the wrong buttons, for example, plus instead of minus, or failing to write down your work and record your steps. It's better to make basic calculations with a pencil in your exam booklet and use your calculator for bigger numbers, for example, multiplying 4158 by 713. Also, make sure to double-check your calculation if you still have some time left by the end of the test. The next tip is pretty important, given in the time limits of the test. Since each question is worth the same amount of points, despite its difficulty, skip questions that take too much time. Don't waste your time puzzling out a question you don't understand. Skip it and return to it later. Mark such questions so you can easily find them. You can lose valuable points by forgetting to answer questions, and it's not what you're looking for on the ACT test. Okay, so let's go further. You should know that there are some formulas you must know if you want to get a high score on the ACT math test. Memorize them before the test, as you're not provided in the test itself. You need to familiarize yourself with some essential formulas like properties of exponents, slope of a line, slope-intercept form, quadratic formula, and the SOHCAHTOA acronym. Also, one of the things many students miss is analyzing your mistakes during your ACT practice. You should really take them into account. Don't know why you're making them? Well, that's time to get to the heart of the matter. If you skip this step, you'll continue making the same mistakes over and over again. Consider taking ACT practice tests with detailed explanations of each math problems, as we have in the Perfect Prep app. You might not realize where you are mistaken until you point it out towards your weak spot. Another common thing that can lower your score is careless mistakes. They're super frustrating, and yet everyone makes them. For example, a problem asks you to calculate the perimeter of a triangle, but you start finding its area. To avoid such mistakes, always underline keywords in the questions so you don't get confused. Be super focused and always read what the problem is asking. Hope you find these strategies useful. Try to implement them while practicing so you are 100% ready for the actual test. Feeling extra ACT prepared after this episode? Please leave a thumbs up and comment if you liked the series, and subscribe to our channel so you are not missing out on any future prep episodes. Download the Perfect Prep app to stress less as you get ready for the big test. It's everything you need to ace the ACT all in one app. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!